golden hands, and Jorja will be firing away. This is going to be fun. Who's going to play the top seed? We'll find out. Let's play pickleball.
I mean, massive forehand, just a simple, controlled two-handed volley to the open court for Jorja. She handles pace so well. Oh,
whoopsie. And
created a little too much pace on that serve.
Air mails the serve.
That's a pretty tough spot to go to from the middle of the court, low position for JW, but finds the left shoulder of Thomas Wilson.
1-0-2.
I mean, do you love the swing path on the ATP as much as I do? What a beautiful shot.
Yeah, such a nice controlled ATP with tons of power from Vivienne David.
Good look at Jorja, the youngest player on the court. One of the teenage sensations we have on tour.
Yeah, I mean, just nobody lacking for power between these four.
And a whoopsie dink from Vivienne David, and the aforementioned power, that ain't coming back.
Yeah, and I'll say it right now, Vivienne David will not hit another head high dink this match.
Okay, we're going to keep you honest on that.
Man, what a perfect spot from Thomas Wilson. JW was ready to dig with the two-handed backhand, and Thomas found the middle of the court. And that's, you know, maybe a rare spot of confusion in the middle, because Vivienne David's two-handed backhand is so good, and so is Thomas's forehand, meaning.
And you hear Viv say that one after all the digs from those two of just trying to reset, and then pushes it a little wide.
Yeah, I know that feeling. It's just, Adam, miss something else.
Yeah.
Don't miss that easy ball.
Way too high from Thomas Wilson, and the Johnson duo looks terrific in a early
local park all the way up to the pro level, and I think it is something that is special about this great sport. Wow, man, just so quick on the reload is JW Johnson. Initial speed up, great, but Vivienne David had a nice counter, and JW is just there.
Yeah, come on,
dude. That's what I was talking about right before we went into that timeout, was that JW found Viv's body. Be careful going in space to the left side of Viv, because she will do that to you.
Really nice from Viv, and the "Come on, Viv," which is their signature yell from Thomas to Viv, finally makes an appearance, but they are down 5. And both sides have maybe jumped that paddle into the middle where they shouldn't have.
Yeah, I think so. And Viv is such a phenomenal poacher from the right side of the court with that two-handed backhand. Just ambitious on that particular attempt. That was a weird swing from Thomas, kind of cut with side spin. Normally you think of cut more of the traditional backspin. So awkward paddle position for him.
And this is where Johnsons want to just add a little to the lead. You're playing a very good team. You got them in trouble. Just one at a time to the finish line is often good enough. And they don't even sniff the kitchen line there. So that's a great hold for Wilson and David.
She was not going to serve till she
No.
got that tattle tap.
Second serve.
And a team that plays as clean as any is playing very, well, unclean.
Yeah, and Thomas, even the reaction says it all. It's just like, man, that's like my shot. What's going on here?
George is like, that is not one of your best shots, dude. Bring it.
Yeah, and also, exactly right, Dave. I was wondering if Thomas could possibly find some backhand offense, but shouldn't try to pull the trigger from that position. Yeah, she is one of the best at misdirecting is Vivienne David. Off of a cross-court dink, just perfectly disguised up the line.
Oh.
That was another interesting swing from Thomas with that side spin. Tricky.
I mean, just a mess getting to the kitchen here for the duo from Texas, playing in their home state, not their home city.
0-5-2.
And the field goal is good from J.W. Johnson. Well struck.
Yeah, split the difference. You know, often it's really important to have that up the middle overhead, as these players are so athletic and often break to the sidelines looking for the angle. That was a side spin serve from J.W. I don't know if I've ever seen that from him.
Yeah, we saw just a couple of those from some other players, but from him, and then Jorja the same. And we've been 5-0 or 0-5 for a while here.
Yeah, we have. I mean, extremely quick 5 points and now a bit of a stalemate.
And that time, Thomas Wilson with a nice backhand roll.
Yeah, that was a much better position. I think the key for speeding up with the backhand for Thomas Wilson is finding a forehand on the next ball.
The Wilson drives are just way too high to set up the shake and bake in a great way. That was and then a very serve. Just not sharp here, but it's not like it's 10-1, it's 5-1. And I think Thomas is actually sincere about the sorry.
I think he would be pretty high on the list of meaning it.
Yes. Oh, man, the serve variety special here. And Viv tries one of her classic redirects, but with a 1-y.
Yeah, that was definitely something, you know, right at her midsection. That was going to be a tough ball to misdirect with Jorja already up at the kitchen. And I mean, I mentioned it in the previous match with Jade Kawamoto cross court from Jorja Johnson. Just kind of grinding it out a little bit cross court, especially with a deficit, could be a good way to get back into it for Viv and Thomas.
Wow, and Jorja said, go ahead and attack me.
Yeah.
And then guess what? You're going to become the attacked. The gazelle went after the lion.
Certainly true. Defense to offense. And after she blocked that initial ball, she beelines forward.
Side out.
I mean, this is the most trouble I have seen in a long time for David and Wilson not to get in some of those patterns that they love. They're just not getting to the kitchen. Full marks to the Johnsons. I think that's wide.
Yeah, I mean, well, it wasn't because she wasn't low enough. That's
No.
for sure.
No. The form and technique, there's just not a lot of room to curl that around. And that stayed in. Okay. Wow, Jorja.
Oh, man.
That's the one you want to win and say Jorja Johnson highlight reel, but don't get it done.
Yeah, really weathered the storm. But Vivienne David comes up with a nice forehand load counter.
Point.
Is that a two-handed forehand on the initial counter?
I need to see that again.
Receiver,
It was funky for sure. And this is as out of sorts as Thomas Wilson and Vivienne David have been.
It was. It was
Just kind of.
Yeah, there's been some weird paddle positions, not just from Thomas, a few from him, but throughout game one. An 11-8 win in the previous round in game 3 is also a confidence builder.
And they just rocket right through the middle from Jorja Johnson, and there's the confidence. This is ugly.
Yeah, and Viv was breaking to the middle to cover, and Jorja still hits it cleanly.
Because it almost went through Thomas. That skiffed off the tape, but still Thomas Wilson shockingly has had more offense on the backhand.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
What's
agree.
happening?
Yeah, I've called plenty of his matches, played him plenty of times, and that has never happened.
191.
Yeah, I mean, it's really one of those situations where if you're building a player, Thomas Wilson's forehand might be the #1.
Is it? And there's Brittany, who is
291.
literally the most supportive you could ever want at every tournament there.
Second serve.
And you heard Thomas say, gosh, it's bad. Every match we get one of the 4 players admitting they're bad. So we'll agree with Thomas in this one. We don't think you're bad overall, but that forehand, not my favorite.
Yeah, so now, I mean, he's so proficient at driving third, dropping fifth. And now he's just looking to drop because that drive is a bit off.
921.
Nice from Viv.
Yeah, it's been probably their best source of offense is 2 misdirects up the line from Vivienne David. And we're at the end of game 1, and if only those 2 shots are your best spots.
That is horrifying. I mean, Jorja hung in there for a couple extra there.
Yeah.
Just the blunt force trauma of that forehand, because usually we don't encourage speed ups through the middle of the J.W. Johnson forehand.
And that's just a good shot from JW. So that ball bounced in front of JW after a quality drop from Thomas Wilson, but that two-handed backhand was phenomenal.
Ooh, indecision.
Point.
Yeah, little.
Where's the telepathy?
Yeah, I don't know. Well, sometimes it breaks down. It's not always
It's
there.
not foolproof.
It's not foolproof.
392.
Almost nothing is.
And that was so high and out. Jeez. Jorja with a perfect lob. And just too much firepower from the Johnsons. all started with that beautiful lob.
Yes, it did. Plenty of air underneath the lob, dropped it just in, and some hand speed from JW to finish the point.
Second serve. Nine, 3-2.
Oh, that stays well in the court, and we are at game point for the Johnsons. That sort of sums up game one for Wilson and David as Thomas called off Viv, and that was well inside the line. Couldn't quite get back to it, so they save a game point. But if you're a fan of Wilson and David, and there are many, you would love to see them find some rhythm, even if they don't come all the way back.
Second serve.
That's a quality shake and bake. Big Thomas Wilson forehand, nice poach from Viv, and it's just weathered by the Johnsons.
3-10-2.
J-Dub just unplugs the oven and says, shake and bake all you want. It's not available. And there's a pull from a very low position. You've just run out of real estate. Second try to close out game number one in impressive fashion. And that is what they do. And you don't say that Wilson and David get steamrolled very often, but that is exactly what happened right there.
They're going to be tapping paddles.
So here we go.
0-0-2.
You can see the encouragement. That won't ever be in doubt.
Yeah, they'll need to have about 150 first-round losses before the encouragement will go downhill.
0-0-1.
Man alive, that is just an absolute mess today for a guy that we love watching him destroy forehands. Like, you would usually not even want to return the ball there, but why not?
0-0-2. Point.
Just hit a great inside-out forehand drop. Okay, just
drop it instead.
Yeah, put the drive in the back pocket for a few points and see what happens. Barely a knee bend from J.W. Johnson, just swatting flies off of, as I mentioned earlier, one of the best female poachers in the sport. He just handles the pace with ease.
All right, whoopsie, about 6 squares up from the bottom of the net for Jorja there. Hey, you're playing fantastic. You're allowed to do that. Oh my, and what a ding of the bell right there. I can't believe the first one, because J-Dub doesn't usually just torque and release like he did on that one, and Viv got it back.
Man.
Wow.
It's just JW just saying in his head, my hands are good. I'm going to do whatever I want to and bet on myself to win these exchanges.
So good.
Side out.
Okay. Just out of sorts. There's no other way to describe this. They are in a position where if they find it, they will be fine. But
Second serve.
That's a nice first volley on the move from Thomas Wilson. I mean, they have the lead, Dave.
0-1-2.
It doesn't feel like
it's not
it.
much, it's not much of one.
I agree.
Side out.
That's why this is, you know, when you look at how matches can be lost in the middle, the Johnsons have a team that is not at their peak.
Oh, wow. I guess he's Thomas apologizing for a miss hit. But you're exactly right. They can find it at any moment. They are a world-class team with amazing results. So you better get as many points on the board right now.
And they're running into each other, and they're winning 2-0. So good for them.
2-0-2.
Jorja came to play. As she played,
Jorja.
that ball was going to be well out, but she just wanted to pad the stats.
It's a hitter's game, Adam. What are you talking about?
0-2-1.
Come on, man. I don't need to let it go count.
Point.
Yeah, I just don't think in that pattern. I like Viv in that pattern, so I just don't think the change of direction is really necessary at that point.
No. And those are the ones that never, ever, ever come back.
Yeah, I like how you threw an extra ever in there, and I think it was the right time to do it.
1-2-2.
Wow. J-Dub, Jorja is got it, man. Get your paddle out of there, bro.
He's like, well, you guys want me to be more aggressive in the middle.
Make up your mind.
You can't have it both ways, guys. Come on.
All right.
2-1-1.
Wow.
Now that one Thomas played perfectly and can't believe it came back.
And that's that Thomas Wilson drive that's about half an inch over the net with dip.
Shake and bake your own ball, and it came back both times.
And that one's high again, so that's that shoulder level. So hit it incredibly clean 1 point ago, and the previous point just not where he needs to be to utilize his partner, Viv David.
And it was kind of an 80% swing, too.
Second serve.
Like that. Go, I got it.
Yeah. Like, which one do you want, Thomas?
I'll always let. If I'm partnering with Thomas, it's yours because you were going to be there, buddy.
Yours.
Point.
Redirected again, and it did not go their way.
No, it didn't. And I actually like on the initial speed up from JW that Vivienne is going to block instead of counter at some capacity, as some of his speed ups can be overwhelming, but she was looking for a forehand on the next ball and couldn't find it.
And that carries over to the next point with a missed return, and the Johnsons have the lead now in game 2. That's pretty. So maybe some movement, finding a winner, a clean winner, getting a little bit of the crowd on their side. Is that going to be the catalyst?
It always starts from the ground up, Dave, and some nice movement from Thomas Wilson. Great place to start. fast.
Redirect again by David, 0 for 100
Yeah,
here.
on the soft stuff. And the reloadability of JW after the initial counter is just insane.
You would not want to walk into the OK Corral with that guy at 50 paces.
My
He would have
goodness.
been completely hosed.
3-2-1.
Wow, floaty cut serve. And ran out of real estate. I love that J-Dub jumped in to help his partner there.
Yeah, he did. And a couple of nice digs from Jorja to eventually make that ball bounce after Thomas was controlling the kitchen line. But Big Bro definitely stepped in at the right time.
4-2-1.
That's just slick, Thomas Wilson. Okay.
Yeah, that was not a very high ball, and that was a foot off the ground, and he found center field.
Awesome return from Viv. So they're down 2. They're definitely scuffling to find their best stuff, but it's not like the most peril they've ever laid their eyes on here.
The situation is not dire yet, but it's creeping that way.
Yes. And J-Dub listens to his sister and lets it go.
That you know, maybe that's a rarity, but he listened this time.
Hey, what are you doing, man?
2-4-2.
No, you clean your room.
Right out.
And airmailed serve. It's just not there right now. And again, this is where the Johnsons just get 1 or 2 and just park it into the winner's circle.
Point.
Tape did not help Thomas there on a very aggressive two-handed backhand roll.
5-2-1. Point.
I mean, he's doing everything he can. He's even waiting. How can I find a pattern that eases into that? So you got to find what you love. And the Johnsons just need to keep on keeping on here. What in the world? Strike one, Jorja.
She's just checking it
I
as
mean,
that was full whiff.
So there's the patented Thomas Wilson jumping Ernie and then a scorpion finish for Vivienne David. That's their best all over the place there. Is that the one?
Second serve. 2-6-2. Point.
And you do not want to help an opponent who is scrapping.
3-6-2.
Yeah, can't just bunt it back and play, but pick those big targets.
Okay, so this is how they win. They can put points together in bunches. That's the first shake and bake winner in this entire match. Wow, and no communication. Both of them grabbed their forehead on the far side, and just like that, the lead is won.
5-6-2.
And come on, Viv, indeed. We are tied at 6. Could there be a timeout coming from the other side? They have come all the way back at them.
Yeah, we said it could happen at any moment, and that's the situation we're in. 4 quick ones.
And Mr. Wilson, would you kindly serve from the left side on an even number? It's the greatest change we made to Pickle. Get the people in position. That catches the sideline.
Nice.
Okay.
Nice little brother help in the middle from JW. Able to go up high on Thomas Wilson.
And that all started with a missed return.
Come on.
You want to know why there's a 2 by their name? Points like that.
Yeah, great forehand counter from Viv. She got it down, and Thomas cleaned it up.
Come on.
Boy, and a very aggressive choice from Jorja there. So they do nothing, and all those chances to get 1 or 2. It's 6-6, and they could be staring at a deficit after this rally. Wow.
Nice, just a hair of pace taken off by Jorja to force Thomas to hit up. He was ready to smack a two-hander. He wanted it at his chest. He got it below his waist.
Side out.
And you heard him say stay down. That is a problem for a lot of players that jump when they counter. Adam's hand is way up in the air here, folks.
Yeah, I got off the ground too much in my playing days on counterattack attempts. Can't lose your base. Your base is everything.
Point.
Yeah, Thomas would have been there to save it, and I think he's also knowing that the ATP was going to go deep. It was hit so hard.
7-6-1.
Oh, that was a little bait there. Thomas is like, ooh, look, 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 the sideline's open.
And I talked about default being aggression or soft stuff. I think it might just be footwork
just
for
run
Thomas.
around.
Just run around a bunch.
He even started looking slightly better on the lob that went deep just when he had to do a big sprint back there. Just, all right, I'm an athletic species. Come on, be the man. Wow, I mean, talk about making life difficult on yourself. This is remarkable.
Side out.
Just nothing there. So the Johnsons again. It's all in front of you. Can you take it?
It doesn't matter if it's on that silver platter. You must take.
Third in the net.
Seven, 6-2.
And she is so good at those counterattacks. Like I mentioned earlier, that elbow almost connected to the ribs, and she just covers her body so well.
Side out.
They do get 1 though, so that should be able to get them home if they keep playing good on receive, but we shall see. Man, just obliterated by J-Dub.
Yeah, I got 3 words for you. No-go zone.
Yes.
And Viv, don't hate the decision to attack, but the spot is the issue.
6-8-2. Point.
All right, they get a miss on They like to play fast, and they just haven't been able to get to it, but they're only down 1. If this goes 3, it's anybody's. And there is the first showing, and that's not even really a poach, a minor poach here. Jumped maybe a half step, but it was very effective. 8-8. How in the world? And Thomas finally jams up Jorja on an inside-out forehand, and now they are 2 points from taking game number 2 here. Come on.
92.
There's a little positive emotion from Jorja Johnson, putting that overhead away to get the ball back, but haven't been down in game 2. They are right now.
Haven't been down this entire day, and since losing game 1 of the quarters. Oh my.
Oh, she had Thomas in trouble in his reaction. It says that she had him in trouble.
He was jumping and not for joy.
Oh, man.
Oh, a very high-pitched, I cannot believe that happened there.
Stay cross court, Viv. Just stick with the
It's
pattern.
0 for everything. 9 apiece. And there's the classic Wilson. You just can't put that ball up the line, man.
Yeah. If you were playing me, you could. But man, that's
I mean,
wild.
the guy just comes out of nowhere, and it is just absolutely destroyed.
I mean, he hits as many Ernies from starting from the back of the court than he does when he's already established up at the kitchen.
991.
So now it's their chance to get to 10.
Point.
And they get an error, and despite the struggle, they have a game point to force a third game here. Do Wilson and David. And some synapses are not working, Viv. What in the world?
She lost her mind for a second.
I mean, wow. Okay. Second try. I mean, they're adding degree of difficulty by the second. Wow, and a high dink is ripped from Jorja, so they saved 2 game points.
Yeah, and I was worried and hoping that Jorja wouldn't go to the middle with the Thomas Wilson forehand lurking. She picked a great spot to go up the line to his backhand.
Well, Wilson and David want nothing easy in this particular game, so can they get the ball back?
Point.
Yikes. So it's going to take at least 12 here, Adam, and why not?
Why not?
10-10-1.
Oh, J-Dub, and it's like, for him, this is as mad as he gets. He took his hat off.
And yeah, we're correct. And I still like it, but man, Jorja was loaded right behind him with 2 hands. Whoa,
goes for the ATP, gets nothing but posts. So They get 10, but they don't get any more.
And definitely there.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so the angle was absolutely there for JW, and he has such a nice one-handed backhand slice ATP.
10-1.
I'm a bit shocked he missed that one.
Yeah, brought it. That was well back into the court there. Yeah, Viv, indeed, and they have a third game point.
Game point. 7-10-1.
Well, the struggle was real, but the fact that we're playing a third game is equally real. Somehow, Wilson and David get the finish line in game 2. Yep, so there's 21-year-old JW Johnson. Seems to be just fine, so that's great news.
Oh, my.
Side out.
And a missed serve, because why not make it hard? We don't even want to serve first. We don't want to serve first. You guys go ahead.
Point.
And, yeah,
Just not
that's what's happening.
1-0-1.
JW in a decent position to hit that
Yeah.
ball, but if it doesn't hit the tape, it's definitely going to be coming back towards him.
2-0-1.
Just wide there, and haven't been many lobs from Thomas. That's a weird spot to put one in.
Yeah, I agree. And when they have lobbed, they've lobbed Jorja, but she hasn't hit an overhead yet.
No.
It's been her brother covering her back. Oh my.
And what a mess again. So
4-0-1.
decisions, but you better be darn sure those are as clear as can be. So here we go. 4-0 Johnsons. Another one of these that stays in, and Thomas Wilson just very disappointedly puts out the flat hand that it was in. 5-0.
Not anger,
No.
disappointment.
They're going to switch at 6 if they win this rally. Not if you float a high forehand to Wilson.
Get another crack at it, though.
You want to see what raw
5-0-2.
power looks like? That's it.
Nope. Yeah, that's out.
Side out.
And not that J-Double take the bait, but a little loud. Yeah, that's out from Thomas. Whatever it takes. Wow. Just absolutely a unicorn to be able to pull that off. Dead sprint, absolute firepower. And Viv, I'm glad you got low, because that thing was absolutely torched.
I mean, he was all the way over on his own sideline.
Wow, you need yellow crime scene tape around how good that shot was hit.
Point.
Okay, and here we go, just aiding the comeback a little bit.
2-5-1.
That goes deep off the tape, and here they come again.
Man, I mean, I know it's a classic line to say who wants it, but man, someone just grab hold.
It's not happening,
and
Adam.
String together a couple good minutes. That's all it's going to take.
Look out below. Oh no, that was their only chance. And that craziness goes deep. And hey, we're just gonna watch and enjoy now, because trying to put any thought as to what's happening out here this is nuts.
Second serve.
And just when you think
That's par. That's par for the
that's
course.
what we're doing. That's what we're doing here.
4-5-2. Point.
Miss Dink in the middle. We're tied at 5 because of course we are. And
5-5-2.
somehow Wilson and David could switch with the lead. Are you kidding me?
Side out.
So there is a side out. So they saved 2 points to switch down 6-0, Adam.
Take it away, Dave. I'm done.
You're
I'm
done.
done.
You're done. You run out of ammo. All right, folks. Solo ride the rest of the way. Oh my Lord!
Second serve.
That's she got pegged. I mean,
That's a peg.
she technically got
she got pegged. Jorja just got, I mean, tagged on the foot. That did not bounce first.
Oh,
That's a peg.
Oh man.
What is happening?
You. Yes, Viv, hang in there.
Side out.
Now we got shadows creeping on there. That adds degree of difficulty to already the helter-skelter play. And we got Glasses Gate going on with Jorja, trying to get those straightened out. Second chance for David and Wilson. We will switch ends when one of these teams reaches 6. And that hit 4 squares up from the bottom.
Yeah, and it hit the edge of his paddle too. That was nowhere near center cut for Thomas Wilson.
5-5-2.
And that will do it. 6 in a row from Wilson and David to get to 6 first, stunningly.
Yeah, and on the other end of this end change, they're going to have a chance to add to that 1-point lead. Just a wild development after the start.
Let's run some lines. It seems to be what you need today, and that may be different tomorrow. Here we go. Can they add to the lead?
Side out.
Yeah, the redirects are just not going well.
Yeah, and she was in an okay position to hit a second forehand after that initial speed up, but just too much counterattack power from JW.
That's really nice from Thomas Wilson.
Yeah, once he takes control, you are off the kitchen line, and he is only seeing forehand, forehand, forehand. Almost impossible to get out of that pattern.
Oh my, what in the world is going on? A 4th shot tweener for what reason?
But it was a soft shot from his opponent. So
what in the world?
That was very Christian Alshon for no real reason. Go with the tweener.
Did he lose it? Man.
Side out.
But great grinding by Viv there to get the ball back after the chaos of a tweener fourth. So we're tied at 6. We will not switch back. You're staying where you're at. And there it is. That is absolutely where you cannot put the ball against this guy.
And I mean, he clearly needed to hit a forehand to win the point, but that is a movement advantage for Thomas Wilson, just as we talked about.
Same guy. The entertainment is sensational here.
It's great.
And it's given right back. But they got one on the Wilson, so no one is able to take a hold of this. The Johnsons have been stuck at 6. You heard Thomas say, "What am I doing?" We're equally interested.
Whoever wins, this is going to be a fun interview afterwards.
100%.
7-7-1.
And that's the way J-Dub came out to start this match when they just steamrolled him in game number 1. Lots of aggression. And they have taken the lead back, have the Johnson duo.
Second serve.
I can't imagine how poor Brittany Wilson watching this in the crowd, and Julie Johnson here at home.
Side out.
Yeah, start it with a forehand and then continue to find forehands until the point is over. That is the Thomas Wilson recipe.
And that is Brittany trying to hide the nerves. So pretty, except for the execution.
And that's why you don't catch the ball with your offhand, as it was waving there for JW, because it might go out.
He thought about it.
Nice.
Folks, we got snowmen in Texas. It's 8 apiece. My goodness. Who can play 3 great points in a row here and get themselves to a gold medal match? Brilliant from J.W. Johnson at crunch time right there.
Yeah, phenomenal combination from JW. Little slight lateral movement to his right to start the fire and cleaning up on the next ball.
Second serve. 8-8-2.
What a slap ATP from Jorja. Those are the layups you talk about, and she did a great job with it.
Yeah, well, when you're the person defending the ATP is Thomas Wilson, you must slap it with pace. If you just push that ball in play, it's going to come back.
Redirect and destroyed, and we are at match point for the Johnsons, and some terrific find another rabbit's foot. Here we go.
Match point.
Match point for the Johnsons.
Side out.
And a wild choice by J.W. Johnson. Why not? That's the theme of the day here.
8-10-1.
Wow.
Jorja with the hands.
Thomas roped a couple, and she's all over it. Man, the left hand saved the day there for Jorja. Can't get the ball to bounce. That's brilliant from J.W. Johnson. Match point number 2 coming up.
Match point. 10-8-1.
And that will do it. Why not a net cord? And the Johnsons battle, struggle, have a lead, lose it, but that's pure elation right there. That had everything. People's levels were up, they were down, you're ahead, you're behind. How on earth were you able to get to the finish line and win this match against a very talented team?
Yes, a very good team. We always have really tough matches, and I don't think we've come up against Thomas and Viv this year, and so we really had to lock in and trust each other, especially when it got tight in the second and third games.
JW, great playing out there. We've had some lovely competition throughout the week on the PPA Tour, but I actually want to ask you a question from a couple weeks ago at Major League Pickleball. I noticed on the back of your Dallas Flash jersey that you had the number 12, and I also noticed that you were the 12th overall pick in the draft, which I think a lot of people think was too low. Is that a coincidence, or is that something that possibly gave you a bit of motivation?
I was supposed to let people figure that out, but yeah, you got that.
Yeah, I might have had something to do with it.
Oh, I think it had a lot to do with it. So Jorja, when things are tough, how great is it to play with your brother, to be able to, build on that family bond, to be able to scrap your way to a title? What have you been able to learn about your relationship as a brother and sister on the 20x44?
Yeah, it's been interesting, A lot of people come up and they tell me, I would not be able to do this with my sibling, but I don't know. Me and J-Dub have been great friends for a long time, not just siblings, and we train together almost every single day. So I think that definitely has something to do with it. And yeah, it's super special to be able to play mixed with him. He always wanted me to get into tennis so we could play mixed doubles in tennis, and this is his consolation prize.